In question 20, we have 785 times 23. So that's a 3-digit number and that's a 2-digit number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it both ways, the traditional column multiplication and the grid method. So let me write that here with a bit more space. So 785 times 23. So let's start here. We're going to first of all multiply the 3 by the 5, 3 by the 8, 3 by the 7, and then we're going to move on to the next digit. It'll be 2 by 5, 2 by 8, and 2 by 7. Let's do this first. 3 times 5 is 15. So we put the 5 there and we carry the 1 over to the next column. Then we do 3 times 8. And if you know your 8 times table, we can do 8, 16, 24. So there's only 1, 2, 3 lots of 8. So it's 24. So 3 times 8 is 24, plus the 1 we've carried is 25. So we put the 5 down and carry the 2 over to the next column. Now it's going to be 3 times 7. So that will be, again, with our times tables, 7, 14, 21. So 3 times 7 is 21, plus this 2 that we've carried over makes it 23. So we put the 3 down and we carry the 2 over to the next column, and we can put it straight down because we've finished with that. We don't need to do anything else. Now we need to move on to the next column. So I'm just going to rub all these off to make it easier. Now because we've moved on to the next column, we're going to put a placeholder or a helper 0. Our first calculation is 2 times 5, which is 10. So we put the 0 down, carry the 1 over to the next column. So it's 2 times 8. So 1, 2. So 2 times 8 is 16. Plus this 1 we've carried over makes it 17. So we put the 7 down and we carry the 1 over to the next column. Now finally we do 2 times 7. And 2 times 7 is 7, 14. Plus this 1 we've carried over makes it 15. So we put the 5 down and carry the 1 over into the next column. And we can write straight down because we've finished. Now we simply add these two numbers. So 5 add 0 is 5. 5 add 0 is 5. 3 add 7 is 10. So put the 0 here and carry the 1 over. So 2 add 5 is 7, plus the 1 is 8. And then there's nothing, plus 1 is 1. And that's our answer. Now as before, 1, 2, 3, comma. So this here is our 1,000. So it's 18,055. Now let's use the grid method on this. So let me draw the grid. There. Multiply. So we need to write this number along the top, but we need to split it up. We need to partition it. So 7 is in the hundreds column, so it's going to be 700. 8 in the tens column, so it's 80. And 5 in the ones or the units column, and that's going to be 5. Now 23 we need to partition and write it here. So that will be 20 and 3. Now our first question is 20 times 700. Now if you notice, we can hide this 0, and this 0. So our calculation is 2 times 7, and we know that's 14. So I'm going to write 14 down, and now I'm going to bring 1, 2, 3 zeros back. So 1, 2, 3. Now what I have is 20 times 80. As before, hide this 0 and this 0. So it's 2 times 8, And we know 2 times 8 is 16, so we write down 16. And we carefully bring this 0 and this 0 and write it here. 1, 2. And finally we have 20 times 5, and I'm going to hide this 0, so I know 2 times 5 is 10. And then I'm going to bring this 0 back here. So that's 100. Now we're on with 3 times 700. So again, we hide these two zeros, and it's 3 times 7, and we know that's 21. So we write 21, and we bring back 1, 2 zeros. 1, 2. Then we have 3 times 80. And then we have 3 times 5, which is 15. And we finish with that. Now our next step is simply to add all these together. So what I'm going to do is make some room here. So that there is 14000. So 14000. And then it's 1600. Now we've got to be careful with this. 1600. Then we add 100. Now we move on to the second row. So it's 2100 here. So it's 2100. Now I have to be careful. The 2 goes there, and then 100. Then it's 240. 240. And finally I have 15. So let me just go through this. That's your ones column. That's your tens column. That's your hundreds column. That's your thousands column. And this is your tens of thousands column. Now we simply need to add all these together. So all this is 0 plus 5 is 5. All that is 0 plus 4 is 4. Add the 1, it makes it 5. And you have 6, add 1 is 7. Add 1 is 8. Add 2 is 10. So the 0 goes here, and you carry the 1 over to the next column. So 4, add 1 is 5. Add 2 is 7. Add 1 is 8. So the 8 goes here. And finally, we've only got 1 in the last column, so that goes there. So this here is our number. And as before, 1, 2, 3, comma. So this bit is our thousands. So it's 18,055 as before.